Welcome to Brave with Lisa YouTube channel. My name is Lisa Bruton and my goal is to inspire you to live bravely in that unique rhythm of grace that God has designed just for you. On this channel, we are going to be hearing from amazing people from all different walks of life who are bravely walking in that unique rhythm of grace and calling that God has designed just for them. I know that as we hear their stories, we are going to learn a lot. We're going to find keys that are going to help us to also walk bravely in that unique rhythm of grace and that unique calling that God has just for you and for me. I'm so glad you're here. Excited because I get to hear more about Trish G and interview her today. Trish is a celebrity and fashion stylist. She's an incredible businesswoman with a lot of wisdom to share. She's got a successful online boutique store. She's a mom, a wife, a grandmother, and a speaker with an incredible message to share. So welcome, Trish G.
Well, thank you for having me, gorgeous Lisa.
It is so good to have you. Now, can you share a little bit about your world with us and what's going on in your world right now?
Okay, so yes, I'm a grandma.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say that first. Like, she's 8 months old. Her name is Summer Grace, and I am obsessed. Okay, so she's just the most beautiful, delightful little girl, and so amongst family, because I love my family. My family are just my everything, So I love my family, and I know that we've been in the crazy seasons, like a big roller coaster ride. But I've just got to say that I've just been feeling so blessed, so protected, so empowered. The family are great. Business has been amazing. I feel great. Like, I just feel that it's given me time to prioritize. Yeah. Is that the word? Prioritize. Am I saying that right? And what's valuable, what isn't. I mean, everything's valuable, but there are things that that were a waste, I think. So so my world at the moment is I'm styling. As you know, I got about 80 stylists across Australia that I was training, just ordinary women in the corporate industry, mums, nurses, teachers, all different kinds of beautiful women that love fashion and have a passion for fashion and a passion for women. So I train them to be fashion stylists, and it's not your typical stylist. It's pretty much all about encouraging, but using my clothes as a tool to really bless and encourage. But during COVID, obviously, a lot of companies struggled. A lot of, there was it was really hard to import from countries to get styles. I had a few manufacturers that went bankrupt, sad to say. So it was really, really, really tough. So then I just thought during that season, I just said to my girls, hey, I'd love you just to get your own stock. There's so many beautiful styles out there. Get your own stock. If you need me, I'm here to help you. And I did that because what I found during COVID was how much I missed people. I missed hands-on. I missed women coming to my girl cave. And I had appointments and I was booked out, but I was mainly booked out with traveling and speaking and styling online, which I do a lot of styling online, which is amazing. That's gone to another level. So I think at the moment the heartbeat of Trish G store is all about encouraging womanhood. But for me, I'm back into just styling one-on-one, running conferences out of my girl cave. It's a huge place. So we've got our first conference like in a few weeks, with all, a group of women in real estate. So I can't wait to empower them and dress them up and just have fun with these girls. So, oh my gosh, Lisa, there's so much happening. Like, I can just go on and on and on. Like, the influence, like, I've been praying, God, I've been praying the Jabez prayer, like, God, enlarge my territory. Oh, God, that you will bless me. And I'm just like, it's not a repetitive prayer. It's such a prayer of faith that I'm like, God, enlarge my territory. God, allow me to be an influence. Allow me to be not just in fashion and clothes and bling and sparkle. I want to empower. I want to encourage. I want people to know about you and your love and your grace. And he's been enlarging my territory. So I've got the most amazing, I mean, everybody is amazing. And I was saying amazing because like I don't care if you're a hillbilly, I don't care if you're the Prime Minister. People are people, yeah. But I'm talking the most amazing, influential movers and shakers on this planet, that my warehouse is full, that it's kind of like there's a lot of times I can't post just for their safety. But the influence that I have, like, and these women and men, but a lot of women are now, they're not just like clients, they're friends. Yeah. So just building relationship. And I just think, and now we're already talking about running women's conferences, because these women are the elite. I'm talking these women can call the army in that, literally. Yes. You know, so they are like, and they don't even look like, not that there's a look, but to me there was, you know, the Geo gene. But I'm talking like they are just so stunning and graceful. They don't want to be men. They love being women. And they're just really making a difference, challenging a man's world. Like, and I don't mean to say that in a negative way, because I'm married 33 years and I adore my husband, and he's a great man and one of my biggest supporters. And I have a stunning son who's just, you know, like, I love the men in my world. But, you know, sometimes it can be hard. I used to find it really difficult in board meetings, and the men would just, I would feel shut down, or what have you got to say, or something like that. And I just kind of, I don't know, I'm not the most intelligent person in the world, but I've got, you know, a bit of knowledge, you know, but, you know, so yeah. So anyway, so that's kind of happening. Yeah, so there's just a lot happening. There's never a dull moment. I'm not on the couch. I'm not on the couch watching Netflix. I wish. I wish, but yeah, no, but yeah. So anyway.
I love, Trish, how you use what's in your hand, which is fashion and styling, to really draw out people's identity, to bestow value on them, and that it carries a bigger message than just fashion. And I'm not saying just fashion. I think fashion's really important. Can you tell me a little bit about how you got there? Because I know you haven't always been a stylist or had this business. There's a story behind that. Can you share a little bit about that?
Okay, I'll give you the long version short. That's how the Italians say. Right?
Yes, I love it.
Long version short. But okay, so like, you know, so my story, just roughly, just in about a minute, I was, you know, as a young girl, sexually abused. And then, you know, I just used to feel a lot of shame and guilt and like not worthy, and just I was very hard on myself. So this is the truth. I'm not trying to sound like a sad story. I actually hated myself. I didn't value myself. I didn't trust people. And then, you know, I guess that turned me into a crazy, rebellious girl. So I got expelled from school at the age of 14 for like punching up a teacher. How horrible. Oh my gosh, Trish. Sorry. But anyway, long time ago. Yeah. But, you know, so aggressive, you know, just got expelled from school. And then I moved in with, I was only like 14, 15. I moved in with a heroin addict and his girlfriend. And then I started, which, you know, like they wanted to mentor me, and Trish, there's no way you'll ever touch drugs. But, you know, we love you. You're a good girl. You know, so obviously it led to drugs, and I was addicted to drugs, to speed, and to all kinds of toxic influencing things that just settled my mind and numbed me out and helped me to block out all the voices that said you're nothing, you'll never achieve anything, you're ugly, you're this, you're that. So I was mostly just a miserable young girl. And then I guess, you know, as a young girl, you know, I got invited to a church. I'll just say, like, I was never a religious girl. Grew up Catholic, of course. I believed in God, but I thought I was God. So anyway, got invited to church, and, you know, so kind of my journey started there and then with fashion. When I got involved in fashion, again, myself and my husband, we pioneered a church. We pioneered a church actually, and we were senior pastors of the church for 15 years. So we had the most amazing, in the heart of Melbourne. Okay, so we had a beautiful cathedral, and it was like we were seeing thousands come to Christ.
Wow.
And it was just such an amazing season. And I, because of the way I felt and about myself, and then really started, God started to heal the way I saw myself. He began to show me how much he loved me and how valuable I was. And he just began to whisper beautiful things in my spirit. And obviously it didn't happen overnight, but I was like, oh, wow. And then, I met Joe, and he was just so beautiful to me, and he said kind things. And I just had people in my world that were always encouraging and building. And it was just, like going to the gym, I was just strengthening on the inside. So their words were creating inside of me. And, so we had a lot of business people come to our church. And there was one day a lady, she's like, you should, because I just like dressing up. I was never in fashion. She just said, you should open up your own fashion shop. And I was like, no, you open it. Like I'm a pastor of the church. I don't run businesses. But at that time I was running an event called Extreme Makeover. So it's hilarious. Like now, looking back, I'm kind of like, God just had it all organized. Yeah. I had no idea. I was just, I'll do it. Yeah, I'll do it. Running conferences called Extreme Makeover. We would make over a woman in the community. They would register online, and that grew in 3 years from 500 to 2,500. Wow. And then the last year we had to turn away probably another 2,500. So that was out of control. But I'm talking like the budget was zero budget, because I just wanted to do everything by faith. I didn't want anything from anyone. I just said, there are people in the world that love to give, and I'm going to get everything for free. So I got a $25,000 venue for free. I got $500,000 worth of giveaways for free. I'm not trying to brag. I'm just saying.
No, it's fantastic.
Body's amazing. I'm just saying, I'm just like, I'll just give that a go. Like, I didn't know. I was just, young and insecure. And so I would go speak to men and women in corporate industries, businesses. I went to Harvey Norman and said, hey, I've got an event. I would love a plasma to give away. And he's like, well, why can't you just ask for a microwave? And I'm like, no, I want a plasma. These women are amazing. They deserve the best. And he's like, wow, I love this. I want to come. And I'm like, well, can I have 4 plasmas? And he said yes. So So just an example, I'd go to a sports center, I'd walk out with treadmills, and I had just the most amazing giveaways for the night. And obviously I wasn't in fashion, so I had boutiques sponsor me with stunning, like $2,000 dresses that we would put on the girls. And the entertainers, they were like Australia's best entertainers: Sylvie Palladino, Marina Pryor, I can't even the guy that sings "There's No Other Store Like David." He's amazing, right? But he's such a great guy. And like, these entertainers did everything for a zero budget. So it was a blessing. So in saying that, then, fashion, obviously, when she said you should open up a store, there was a store that came up, and I was like, no, I don't want to. So everything inside of me was no. Within 2 weeks, I had the keys to the shop.
Wow.
And that's where it all started. It wasn't just a boutique. In this shop, it was like the Holy Spirit said to me, I am going to train you to show people what true beauty looks like. It's not what they wear. It's not who they are. It's not what size. It's not this. It's not fashion. It's not a label. It's not a color. It's inner beauty. It's me. It's Jesus. So I go, wow, that's going to be amazing. And then from that beginning, like, God would just give me dreams and visions and show me people. And I would style people from all over the world, people that would just fly in, and he would talk to me about them. And sometimes I'd say this, and they'd say, oh my goodness. And it was God. Like, it's just, there is a gift on my life, I tell you. Like, I know that we see so many clairvoyants and this and that, and baloney. But the presence of God, like, I'm always so overwhelmed by what he shows me. And then while I'm styling the person, I'm speaking it out to the person. They're crying and they're saying, this is just incredible. How do you know this? And that's it. They go home and I'm like, next. So that's what I do to this very day. And, and actually sometimes through the night, he gives me dreams. Like if I'm, especially when I used to speak at conferences, he would give me dreams and show me people, tell me about them. And he would say, give that to them, because I would give away clothes. Do you remember that?
Yes,
when
I
I
do.
did my conference, I just love giving away clothes, and I want to just get up there and talk about fashion. I'm like, can I give away? But he would show me the clothing and show me the person and tell me why this person should wear this clothing. It's not about the clothing, it's about what's happening inside of them. And then I would speak what, the Holy Spirit would show me, and just say look, and half the time I'd be saying it, mentally my head would say, oh, shut up, Trish. You don't even know what you're talking about. That doesn't even make sense. And then that person would come up to me and say, Trish, oh my goodness, I've just been diagnosed with cancer, or I've just been this, and I've just been, and I'm like, oh my goodness. Like, so it just strengthens me to just listen.
Yes.
Only God knows. I'm not God. I don't have a crystal ball. But, he wants us to be his voice, and he wants us to be his hands. And so everything I do, fashion is not just about styling. It's about showing women who they really are, and men who they really have been created to be. Full stop. Yeah. And I'm bossy, and I'm talking, I have officers, sergeants, women that are, oh my goodness, they are powerhouses, even public speakers that are just so, like, I've had everyone here, Lisa Bevere and Bobby Houston, and, all, Holly Wagner, just everyone's been here. And Joni Lamb, from the, and these are strong women. They don't need to carry a gun. They're not officers, but they are strong, influential, beautiful, stunning-hearted women that are stubborn too when it comes to dress. Like, I can't wear this. I'm 50. Well, you're 50. When you're 90, we'll talk, but you're wearing that. Oh, and then, yeah, I love it. Because then, stay out of my kitchen. Stay out of my kitchen. So, yeah, I'm living the dream. I love what I do. It's not a job. It's a blessing. It's a gift. Like, I never dreamed this little druggy, insecure, hate myself, don't value people, don't value me. And now all I think about is people. Like, I don't walk out my door saying, I walk out my door with the awareness of who can I bless today? And I'm not just trying to sound like, Mother Teresa. But it's true. I love people. I love to be kind. I love to help. I love to encourage. And I love to be happy. I love to always protect myself and my thoughts. And the only way to do that is like get in the presence of God. I wouldn't be doing what I do today if I wasn't in the presence of God. Everything I do today is because I'm in the presence of God, full stop. So, the people I meet is because God made that happen. It's impossible for me to meet them. Yes. Impossible. It's like I should write a book. Like, how is she with that person? I ask myself that. Am I blabbering?
No, I have loved it. It's incredible. I love your story. I actually didn't know it. So, and it's just amazing how you went from hating yourself and, being in that place where drugs was a huge part of your life to where you are now, and the way that you just love so well. But to love so well, you have to learn to love who you are.
Yeah, no, well, it's true. And that's scriptural, isn't it? You can't, to love God with all your heart, mind, and soul, and to love yourself, and that took a long time, but I get it now. It's not like, oh, I love myself. I'm just so cool with this cold sore. It's, I am valuable, and I am a powerhouse, and I have got an influence, and I want to leave a legacy for girls and boys and my grandchildren that, to overcome, and that, adversity and opposition and obstacles and pressures, they're not there to break you, they're there to mold you and make you, So I always just look at things in life, things, life dishes out so much. Like, we all live at the same address. We all go through the same issues. There's probably issues I've gone through that you haven't gone through yet, issues you've gone through. but we're there to encourage each other, support each other, and just bring the best out of each other, especially now with what's happening with COVID, and everyone lives in fear and they're so scared, and we're being so controlled, I really believe, at the moment, and dictated, and we can't do this, and things are being shut down, and I just think we're all, especially Christians, we've got to rise up and just believe in a God that heals, a God that protects, and a God that loves us, but no, we're locked up, we're shut down, we're and we're just saying yes, like yeah, and I just think we've got to we're humans, and we've got a right, a God-given right, so to have a voice, it's like we don't have a voice, like which so we don't change the subject.
No, but I agree. And something like you're talking about your voice, something that I've found so incredible about you is that you are boldly and unapologetically fabulous, and you know who you are, and you're not, I find that there's no apologizing for that. Whereas there's this culture in Australia of that tall poppy syndrome, that if you shine too brightly, you're conceited, or, all those silly lies that us women can believe, that we have to kind of, in order to be a good Christian woman, we need to kind of be quiet or shy or humble. And I love that you were bringing a different message, and it's just so inspiring.
Because but it's the truth. I might as well just rip those pages out of the Bible if I don't believe that about myself. So, I'm unique. The mold was broken when he created me. He knitted me in my mother's womb for greatness. And I speak to women and that are in their 40s, 50s, 60s, and they still say, woe is me, I'm not good enough, I don't deserve this, I really shouldn't, what do people think? And I think that truly all I care about is what God thinks of me. That's it. He sees everything. No one is in his warehouse today. He's going to see, he's listening. And, and to be perfectly honest, and my family, I care, what they see, my husband. I can say, I've been married 33 years. Oh my gosh, we're amazing. We are amazing. We are flipping amazing. We don't only love each other, we like each other. We have fun together. We communicate together. I challenge him. He challenged me. Can you get off your phone, hun? Or just, hello, you've been on your phone. Oh, sorry, baby. So, and we talk about the kids. We value us as a couple. So, so what I'm saying is, you've got to pretty much fight for what is rightfully yours. So don't be I stole women and they're like, I can't wear this, I shouldn't do this in the 60s, 70s. And I just think, look, I'm so glad I'm 54 years old and I've got that revelation that I don't need anybody to make me feel good. If my business was to collapse, it's my identity is not my business. My identity, if my marriage was to collapse, my identity is not my marriage. It's a reflection of who I am and my children, but I think that, I am sure without a doubt that my identity is in Christ and Christ alone. He molds me. He is my thoughts. He is my strength. He is my rock. He is my refuge. He is my peace. He is my sanity. He is all authority. He says yes. He says no. He says go. He says okay. He's, so that's how it's the truth.
It's I love it.
I'm rambling.
You're not rambling at all. So what I've heard from you is really the importance that you spend time in God's presence. And that's where you get a lot of your strength from. And you listen to what he says about who you are. And you also listen to what he says about who other people are. And that really excites you to share the truth over people's life and call out the gold that's in them.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's definitely time with God. It definitely is. It's, devotional. People do it other ways. They'll go for a walk on the beach or they'll listen to music. I need to switch off because my head is switch off. And even to switch off, sometimes it takes me 2 coffees. I've probably got to read a little bit of the Bible. I've got to listen to a bit of music, but then turn my phone off and then just walk into his presence. And at home, I have a really, really big rug. So I say to myself, I stand on this rug and I'm not allowed to get off the rug because then I get distracted.
Love it.
Well, that's just what I do. It's
Oh,
probably,
I love that.
I'm a bit weird. So so there's the rug. So I get on the rug. So as soon as I step on the rug, then it's my conversation with God and I talk to him. And then, I pretty much tell him how amazing he is because he's just so amazing. And half the time I've got to still convince myself of that. Like, it's kind of like, oh God, you're so amazing. You're so strong. You're so powerful. But, probably 2 days before I was like, oh my gosh, can I do this? And then while I'm telling him that, he says, yes, I am. Now, I already know that, Trish, but are you going to live like that today? So, that's how he speaks to me. And I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, give me the ammunition. Walk out the door with a double-barrel shotgun. Get out of my way because I've got a Father in heaven that's empowered me, that's given me everything I want, full stop.
I love that. So true. And yes, she's Trish and see her raw.
So fun with my bling. I throw my Gucci belt up, my gold, my glass, don't let the jewelry fool you, but inside I'm wearing my armor.
You are.
I've started my heart, I've got my helmet, I've got good thoughts. I know what today brings. It's not just a Friday. I'm going to have a great day. We're going out for dinner tonight. I might meet somebody and I can probably plant a seed, but order.
Oh, you are fabulous, Trish. And I love all that gold that you've shared. And I really like that practical piece of gold that you gave us to even have a place where you actually go to pray, and it even has a parameter. I love that you've got a rug, and that the moment your feet touches the rug, that's you and God time, and all else fades away. It is just such a great strategy.
Because I don't know about you, but I get easily distracted. I'll go, I didn't wash my coffee cup. I didn't wash it, so I just stay on that rug. I can't move, so I just walk around on the rug. Oh my goodness. If you were a fly on the wall.
I love it. Oh, Trish, thank you so much for just sharing your wisdom, sharing your story, being vulnerable. I can imagine there'd be a lot of ladies who would like, and men who would like to get in contact with you to have that styling session or just know more about you. Where can they go to find you?
Well, yeah, the easiest way, you could go, just inbox me on my Instagram. So Trish G Stylist. Mm-hmm. I have a store, but Stylist is my personal, Trish G Stylist. Or Facebook, Trish G Stylist. You can just inbox me and then we could just exchange phone numbers. And then, I can just give you a call and we can just talk about you and your wardrobe and what you need. And then we can either FaceTime, because I've got a FaceTime at 3:00 or actually 3:30. And she's from the Gold Coast and I'm going to be FaceTiming her. Yeah, so it's just as easy as that. And, and my prices are I think like my wool coats are $179, but they are like $400 coat. So that's the most expensive. And then I've got like dresses and tops from $79.89. My prices are affordable, and the best part is that nobody else really has what I've got. And not only that, it's just you need help. Like, wouldn't you love someone to say, like, try this on? And actually, you are coming to a complete makeover.
I am. I can't wait.
Yes. And that's going to be like, so we'll have a whole rack ready. You're just going to try on so many beautiful pieces, choose your favorites. And then we've got a photo shoot with you, and we've got a photographer and makeup and hair. You just wanted the whole lot.
I did. I wanted a day with you as well, Trish. So I'm so excited about that.
Lunch. Yeah, it's just going to be a great day, but you don't have to go to that extent, those listening. But, if you're in business or if you're wanting to write a book or for your social media, sometimes it is pretty good to have a photo shoot. And so we can just get some good images to set your social media up.
Beautiful. That's so wonderful. Trish, Thank you for your time, beautiful lady. You are just extraordinary, and I love that I get to have you in my world.
I love you too. Thank you, darling. You'll have the best weekend.
You too.
See you later.
Thanks for joining me on Brave with Lisa. I hope that it has inspired or impacted you in a small or large way. Feel free to comment, to subscribe, and share with some friends. And please join us next week on another conversation we will have here on this channel on Brave with Lisa.